Have you ever binge-watched a drama late into the night? Your heart racing not just from the plot twists, but from the way two actors lock eyes and make you forget it's all scripted? That electric pull, the unspoken tension that lingers even after the credits roll. It's the kind of magic that turns viewers into lifelong shippers. Now, imagine if that spark wasn't just for the cameras. What if it flickered in stolen glances during interviews, playful banter at award shows, or quiet moments far from the spotlight? That's the allure of Wang and Shen, the duo behind one of C-drama's most iconic on-screen romances. In Meteor Garden, they weren't just Ming-si and Sean Kai. They were a phenomenon. But deconstructing their real chemistry? That's where the fun begins. Pull up a chair, grab your favorite Meteor Garden playlist, and let's unravel this together. What moments make you believe they're more than co-stars? Let's dive in and see if you agree. Picture this. It's 2018, and the world is rediscovering the F4 frenzy through a fresh Chinese lens. Wang, with his brooding intensity and those piercing eyes that could melt steel, steps into the role of Ming-si, the arrogant heir whose heart unravels like a poorly tied shoelace. Opposite him, Shen, a breath of fresh air as Sean Kai, fierce, unapologetic, and radiating that girl-next-door charm that makes you root for her from the first sassy comeback. Their first meeting on set? Legend has it sparks flew before the director even yelled, "Action." Dylan, fresh from modeling gigs and with zero acting experience under his belt, admitted in a later interview that Shen's natural ease pulled him right in. "She made it feel real," he said, his voice softening in a way that had fans pausing the clip to dissect every syllable. And Shen? She laughed it off back then, calling him intimidating at first, like a real-life prince who'd forgotten his manners. But rewind those early behind-the-scenes clips and you'll catch it, the way she'd tease him about his height. He's a towering 6 feet 0 inches to her 5 feet 5 inches, and he'd fire back with a grin that lit up the entire set. It's subtle, isn't it? That shoulder nudge during a break, the shared water bottle passed without a word. Were you shipping them from episode 1? Or did it sneak up on you like it did for so many? Let's break it down scene by scene, because their on-screen chemistry isn't just good, it's a masterclass in tension building. Take the rain-soaked confession in episode 10. Ming-si, drenched and desperate, grabs Sean Kai's hand and pulls her close. Dylan's gaze? It's not acting, it's hunger, raw and unfiltered, like he's seeing her for the first time every time. Shen's response, eyes wide, breath catching, mirrors it perfectly, her vulnerability cracking through the tough exterior she wears so well. Fans have slowed this down frame by frame, zooming in on the micro-expressions, Dylan's jaw tightening as if he's holding back more than the script demands, Shen's fingers twitching like they want to reach out on instinct. What do you see when you rewatch it? Is it the rain making everything poetic, or something deeper? Their banter earlier in the series seals it, the playful arguments over dumplings or study sessions that devolve into laughter. It's effortless, the kind of rhythm that screams, "We get each other." Dylan once joked in a 2020 variety show that Shen steals my lines and my snacks, but the way he says it, with that fond eye roll, it's boyfriend energy, plain and simple. And let's not forget the OST moments, singing "And I Yao to AI" together in promos, their voices blending like they've harmonized 1,000 times before. If chemistry were a science, this would be the experiment that proves opposites don't just attract, they ignite. But here's where it gets juicy. What happens when the cameras stop rolling? Off-screen, their dynamic shifts from scripted fireworks to something warmer, more lived in. Fast forward to 2019's promotional tours for Meteor Garden's global release. Clips from fan meets show Dylan hovering protectively as Shen navigates crowds, his hand brushing her back just a second too long to be accidental. At one event in Shanghai, she trips over a loose cable, classic rom-com trope, and he catches her mid-fall, both dissolving into giggles that echo through the venue. Habit from set. He mumbled to the mic, but Shen's blush said otherwise. Do you buy that, or does it feel like the universe winking at us? Social media amplified it all. Dylan's Weibo posts tagging her in throwback photos, Shen's subtle likes on his modeling shoots. No overt couple-wide captions, but the consistency? It's the quiet language of people who don't need to shout. By 2020, amid pandemic lockdowns, they did a virtual live together, casual, unplanned, just catching up. Hours of talking about everything from bad hair days to dream roles, with Dylan admitting, "Yu Jia's the only one who can make me laugh when I'm hangry." Shen shot back, "And you're the only one who remembers my coffee order." Fans clipped it into montages set to their drama soundtrack, and suddenly #Dishin was trending worldwide. Were those lockdown chats the glue that kept the spark alive, or just friendly nostalgia? As the years ticked by, life pulled them in different directions. Dylan diving into action-packed roles like love between fairy and devil, Shen shining in youth dramas like Le Coup de Faudre, but the pullback moments? Pure gold. Remember the 2022 Wadding Awards? They reunited for a performance, recreating that iconic Meteor Garden dance. On stage, it's polished perfection, but off, the rehearsal footage leaked. Dylan stepping on her toes, Shen swatting his arm, both collapsing in hysterics. "We haven't lost a beat," she said post-show, but her eyes on him lingered. And Dylan? He dedicated his win speech to the girl who taught me to act with my heart, without naming names, but we all knew. What would you give to eavesdrop on that after-party chat? By 2023, rumors swirled harder. A blurry pap shot of them at a Beijing cafe had spent close over a script. Fake? Maybe. But then came the denials, polite, evasive ones that only fueled the fire. We're like family, Shen told a reporter, and Dylan echoed it in a separate interview. Use irreplaceable. Family with that much heat? Sign me up for the family reunion. Now zoom into 2025, because if their chemistry was a slow burn before, this year it's a wildfire. It kicked off in May with the Star Focus Awards, where they snagged Best Screen Couple for a Meteor Garden retrospective category. 36 fans lost it. Clips of their acceptance speech went viral, Dylan thanking her with a bow that felt too intimate, Shen pulling him into a side hug that lasted 3 beats too long. Still got it, he whispered, audible only to mics and the internet. By June, YouTube exploded with Their Eyes Say It All compilations, splicing old set photos with fresh event red carpets. 31 video, racking up millions of views, freezes on a red-eye flight photo from a July promo, Shen asleep on Dylan's shoulder, his jacket draped over her like a shield. Candid? Staged for buzz? You decide. Pause it yourself, and tell me if that piece doesn't scream trust. August brought the rumors to a boil. A teaser for a potential Meteor Garden spinoff had them reuniting, sparking Dylan and Shenyu's wedding, fan edits that blurred fiction and fantasy. 29 clickbait headlines screamed the hidden truth behind their final project, but insiders whispered it's more than hype, producers citing irresistible chemistry as the green light. And just last week, a viral X-post captured them at a charity gala. Dylan auctioning off a signed script, Shen bidding wildly until she won it, only for him to slip her a personal note inside. 32 the note. Unseen, but her smile? Priceless. In a sea of fleeting celeb flings, their consistency feels like a rebellion. Have you scrolled X lately? Posts like Dylan Wang X Shen Yu chemistry hits different. Miss it so much. Pop up daily, echoing the sentiment from fans who've waited years for this glow-up. 0. Deconstructing it further. What makes their vibes so real? It's not the grand gestures, though those red carpet arm links don't hurt. It's the layers. Dylan's protectiveness. He once shielded her from overzealous fans at LAX, arm around her waist like it was nothing. Paired with Shen's grounding humor, she memes his serious photos on her private IG stories, leaks be damned. Psychologists might call it mirroring. They echo each other's energy, amplifying it. Fans on X dissect it endlessly. One thread argues their laugh syncs perfectly, another swears Dylan's Mandarin softens around her. But let's get meta. In a 2025 interview clearing dating rumors, Dylan said, chemistry isn't forced, it's found. With you, we found it early. 31 Shen added, he's family, but the fun kind. Evade much? It's the push-pull that keeps us hooked. Imagine you're on set with them. Would you catch Dylan sneaking her favorite bubble tea, or Shen doodling hearts on his call sheet? That's the fantasy fuel. Of course, not everyone's convinced. Skeptics point to their separate dating rumors, Dylan's link-ups with models, Shen's cozy co-star photos, and cry PR stunt. Fair? Maybe. But scroll those X timelines. Posts from 2024 still gush over Meteor Garden rewatches, calling their dynamic the blueprint for real romance. 6. And in 2025's shocking details exposés, even doubters admit the enduring fascination stems from something tangible. 33. What if it's neither dating nor PR, but the rarest kind of bond? Co-stars who evolve into confidants? Dylan's career pivot to edgier roles, think his brooding cop in recent thrillers, contrast Shen's sunny rom-coms, yet they orbit each other, guest spots on each other's lives, subtle shout-outs. At a September fan con just days ago, as of this writing, they surprised attendees with a Q&A question. Favorite memory? Dylan, the day you made me cry laugh during a heavy scene. Shen, when he carried me across that fake pond, felt like flying. The crowd erupted, X lit up with this is it, Dishin forever. 32 felt that in your chest? So, where does that leave us, you and me, dissecting pixels and whispers? Their chemistry, real or not, is a reminder that some connections defy labels. On screen, it's fireworks. Off, it's embers that warm without scorching. In 2025, with awards and viral moments piling up, it feels like the story's far from over. Maybe that spin-off happens and we get more. Or perhaps they keep it low-key, letting fans like us fill in the blanks. What about you? Rewatch a clip tonight, that rainy confession, the gala vid, and ask yourself, if eyes could talk, what are they saying? Drop your theories in the comments, or your mind's eye. After all, shipping Dishin isn't just fandom, it's faith in the spark. And who knows? In a world of scripted endings, theirs might just be the plot twist we crave.